Well, guys, I must admit, winning is heavily overrated. I mean, winning games in the Premier League, I mean, it's not really much fun, is it? I mean, you sort of just get to, you kind of expect the best every week, and it's only setting up for a bigger letdown later on when you lose a game. You know what I mean? Nah. Premier League's overrated, winning's overrated. The losing games in the Premier League, at least, is one thing. But, the Championship's what it's really all about. So, that's it. Video over. Bye. There's not really much I can say, guys. I mean, it's just the same bland stuff every week. And I'll tell you one thing. To be honest, I don't like opinions changing non-stop after every single match because I think a lot of supporters generally do that too much. But even I've got to admit, I'm starting to think we probably will get relegated. And the sad thing is we've got a lot of key players out injured. And the ones that do play clearly aren't putting half as much of a shift in. I mean, today, I thought we were okay for the first 30 minutes, possibly up until they scored the second goal. But once that happened, it was just like the second half, the heads dropped, shoulders dropped, and half the time they were just jogging around rather than trying to create anything or rather than trying to do something. So what more can I say? It's just not good enough, really. But it's the same stuff we say every week. So unless you're going to want to see me saying the same stuff every week, I really do not. I don't have a clue where to go from here. Pardon me, but I will say this: I'm going to be on the True Mackem's channel because he wanted because me and a couple of my friends, Pete and Paul, who you've seen on this channel before, we all went and watched the game. And Craig Craig the True Mackem wanted us to do a video on his. So basically all the stuff and all the frustrations are basically out on there. And to be honest, I really can't be bothered to talk much more about Sunderland at the minute because there's just so many things wrong at that club. It's ridiculous. And I said it even towards the end of last season where there's still things that need to be addressed at that club and there's still a lot of things that are a chronic issue at Sunderland. But I think I might use the C word at one point towards the end because Craig really wanted to try and push us to try and swear. And I try to avoid swearing as much as possible. Not all the time, obviously. If I'm talking about Sunderland, the odd swear word will creep in. But, no, I mean, today was just poor. There's nothing more to say. I mean, today I think was a big wake-up call. But anyways, I mean, the sad thing is, I mean, even if we go, to be honest, part of me at this point would welcome relegation because just staying in the Premier League and doing absolutely nothing in it for years and years now, and staying in the Premier League for me, like I've said many times, like a broken record, it's not success. Because for me, Sunderland fans have every right to expect better, and they were great, by the way, today. A pathetic showing in the second half, especially from the players, to pathetic showing defensively, and they're still singing their hearts out. This club simply does not deserve the support it gets, and there's some hard-working people at the club, but the crux of the issue. The board, the management style, the players, the core of things, everything's just wrong at the minute. Now, maybe if we get a win, I don't know. Things may change, but we'll see. But a couple of things I really will mention. Maybe I'll go to the bookies and just put a bet on for Sunderland to beat Derby's 11-point season for lowest points in the Premier League. Maybe I might just go and do that, to be honest. Apparently, I heard a very worrying stat that this is the second, I think we're the second team in top flight history to fail to win any of their first opening eight games in consecutive seasons. I mean, that is hugely worrying. Massively worrying. I don't know how many points we are adrift of safety now because I think West Ham were winning against Palace last time I checked, though the game will have finished. But I can't be bothered to check it. To be honest, part of me would welcome relegation, but even then, in the event of relegation, which is looking quite likely at the minute, I can't see us coming straight back up because I think there's so many problems and issues at that club that the debt that apparently we're in, that the management style, the players, you're going to have a massive turnover in the summer. And if anything, Villa's proved more than anyone else this season that it doesn't guarantee promotion. And I mean, Newcastle, for example, I hate mentioning them too much, but we're probably going to swap leagues with them, to be honest. Because Newcastle at least are winning games in the Championship, yes, but crucially, they're building something for the future. With Rafa in charge, if they get promoted, it'd be a huge failure if they didn't get promoted. They're going to build something long-term for the future and build a stable club and one that will match the ambitions of what the supporters want to see. What have we got? But I don't want to sack David Moyes. I really, really don't, because I am sick to death of changing managers every year. I've said it for years. I don't want to continuously change managers just for the sake of a short-term fix, because long-term, it will not achieve anything. I would rather we kept Moyes and got relegated at this point, because we need some continuity and consistency. So, but at this point, no one. I mean, it's too much about the urgency and immediacy need for results. That's not even a word. The immediate need for results in the here and now, rather than thinking in the long term. Because I think in the long term, David Moyes would be a good fit for Sunderland, but he probably won't get the time, unfortunately. So, Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe if you wish to. Most of the stuff I'm going to say is on Craig's channel. It is a bit hitty-missy, a lot of the conversations on there. We do get a bit weird, but, you know, it's just we need to laugh, hydrotherapy, you know. And if we don't laugh, we're going to cry. I'll ask you all a question, no. Leave it in the comments below. Let's say in the very likely event Sunderland get relegated, will we come straight back up? At the minute, I think no. But I'd be interested to see if you guys have any opinions or anything. So, thanks for watching the video. Check me out on True Mackem's channel, and another week of being depressed by Sunderland. But at the bright side, at least I probably won't have to watch this next week. So, see you guys later, and ta-ta.